In today's video, we're going to explore 3 hidden neighborhoods in Newport News. These are going to be 3 neighborhoods that are either off the beaten path or just tucked away someplace where most people don't know they exist. So that's going to include people who've lived in Newport News for 50 years, as well as a whole bunch of real estate agents. So stick around and we'll get right to it. My name's David Tortellini, and every single day I help people just like you buy and sell property here in Newport News and throughout Hampton Roads. So if you like these videos, please subscribe to this channel and then call, text, or email when you're ready to get started. I would love to help you out. All right, let's head over to our first neighborhood. So we're starting in the neighborhoods of Crawford Park and Sterling Springs. And I'm telling you, no one knows these are here except for the people that live here. So where we're located is on the northern end of Newport News Park, pretty much all the way heading into Williamsburg. So we're not too far from Northern York County, Williamsburg area. And we're off of Yorktown Road. So what happens is most people are going up Jefferson and you have to take a right onto Yorktown Road. But no one really knows that there's a neighborhood back here filled with beautiful newer homes. So one of the great things that I like about this neighborhood is, as you can see, they're newer and we don't have a lot of homes in this age range for the area. So what we have here are a lot of homes that are built between like 2005, 2019 even. So they finished building, so we're not going to get brand new at this point. But considering Newport News is mostly older construction, this is pretty incredible. So the funny thing is that people, like I mentioned, this is a hidden neighborhood here in Newport News. A lot of people don't even think to look this far north. They just assume that once you're turning down Yorktown Road, your only options are going to be York County options, which could be significantly more expensive. So given our location where you're at, if you head east on Yorktown Road, a couple hundred yards, you're going to be in York County. But if you want to go to historic Yorktown, that's right over there. Naval Weapons Station, right down the street. You head the other way, you can be at Fort Eustis in 10 minutes. And then, of course, if you head over down Yorktown Road up to Jefferson, you can be up to Busch Gardens. You can go to Colonial Williamsburg. You can be in all those areas. So, but this neighborhood right here, I mean, no one goes down Yorktown Road from Jefferson to Yorktown all that much. I mean, it's not, unless you're going to the Naval Weapons Station or you just happen to have, use this as a cut through, it's just not that, it's not that common. And then even the entrance here into Crawford Park, it is a tiny street off of Yorktown Road, so you would just fly right by it because it's a pretty fast moving street. So there's no reason for you to even really realize this is here unless you're on home search. So there are a lot of, we'll have a lot of people who will be out looking at maps and we'll maybe be in York County and they'll be like, what is this over here? And I'm like, yeah, that's those are Newport News homes. And they're beautiful, they're large, and they're pretty well priced for what they are. So good example of a recent sale. We have right here, this is 500 Tudor. This is a 2,558 square foot home that sold for $425. So pretty good price point on this. We are seeing some of the sales here go a little bit higher than that now. So that sold in June, but 4-bed, 2.5 bath, which is pretty typical for this neighborhood, as you can see. You're going to see a lot of 4-bed, 2.5 bath homes, 5-bed, 2.5 bath. And then you're going to see size ranges in here that really can get you up to about 3,500 square feet. So really nice size homes. On the small side, 1,800 square feet. And then you can get up to 3,500. So really cool location. The only downside here is I'd say you're kind of far away from things. I don't know, you head over to Jefferson and you can head straight down. So it feels like you're out, let me put it this way, it feels like you're out of the way from a lot of things, but you're really not. You're really not. It's just, you're just not in the hustle and bustle of the center of town. You're just kind of in a northern, out of the way kind of area. We're just outside of Newport News Park, so if you like to go hiking and do all that kind of stuff, there is a ton of opportunity. Newport News Park, second largest municipal park east of the Mississippi, 8,000 square acres. It's crazy. We have videos on that you can watch on the channel too. So really just cool opportunity to be here in a unique spot, get newer construction. So you're not, if you don't want to be in a 60s, 70s house, which is what a lot of Newport News is, then this is a cool spot to be. And it's a little quieter, kind of off the beaten path. So I want to take you on a driving tour. So we'll hop in the car and we'll drive around a little bit so you can see kind of the whole thing. Alrighty, now we're in our second hidden neighborhood in Newport News, and this is called Noland Meadows. So where are we? We are about as far west off of Denbigh Blvd as you can get. So if you are looking at Denbigh Blvd, it runs straight across Newport News over to the Warwick River, and you can see, I'm not sure if you can get a good view on it in this video, but you can see that's the Warwick River back there. So a lot of these homes that run along the edge here, they have water views. Some of them have water access. Not all of them, though. So Noland Meadows, about 150 homes, built between the early 70s when they started construction. They finished in the late 80s. So we're seeing a lot of like mid-80s construction in here. And this is a great little hidden neighborhood because no one comes down here. Like, the reason why it's hidden, like, this is a densely populated part of Newport News, so it's not like people aren't around here. Like, these some fairly, they're like next here are more neighborhoods and more neighborhoods. It's just that to get to here, you kind of go past the point of Denbigh Blvd where it gets down to like a little one-lane road, and then you head a little further and you get to the Denbigh docks, which are this beautiful waterfront location where you have public water access. So you can head down Denbigh Blvd, then you turn up more, then you kind of got to weave a little bit to get back here, and then all of a sudden it opens up and there's these beautiful homes. So you kind of go through a little bit of an older neighborhood to get back here to Noland Meadows, and all of a sudden you're looking at these big beautiful homes that can get you upwards of 3,300 square feet, and and they're going to sell in here for there's a pretty big price range depending on size and if you have water view and all that kind of stuff. But for just your kind of standard homes, you're looking for homes usually in the 300s to low 400s, but just a really solid neighborhood that really no one knows about. And one of the big reasons why even home buyers don't know about it is because you get a lot of people who want to say, Dave, I don't want to live north of Denbigh Blvd, all right? And this is just north of Denbigh Blvd. And so you get people, they'll cut off their home search at Denbigh Blvd, and they'll totally miss this neighborhood. So it's a mistake, in my opinion, because once you hit Denbigh Blvd, you should include. So when I get people who tell me that, I still include this neighborhood because I know it's here, and I know it's a good option for them. When I'm going to swing this around. So 72 Springdale right here, beautiful home, recently sold for $375, I believe. 4 beds, 2.5 baths, 2,500 square feet. Really cool, unique style on this particular home. But just kind of a great example of what you can get in this neighborhood for its time range and kind of lot size and all that. So really just a great neighborhood tucked away back here. It's a place where if you are moving to Newport News and you're thinking, and someone tells you don't move north of Denbigh Blvd, make sure that you're still searching the neighborhoods just above that, because then you'll get this neighborhood. And if you're going to commute to Denbigh Boulevard, you might as well look on homes on both sides of the road. And I think it's a mistake that people make when they say they only want to live below Denbigh, because this is a great area. Right here now, there's people out just walking their dogs and jogging. It's a good spot to be in, and really the only people who come back here are the homeowners, because no one knows it's here, and you got to make like 8 turns to get here. So good spot. And what I want to do is get in the car, drive you around a little bit more like we did last neighborhood, so you can take a look at the whole thing. Neighborhood in Newport News, and talk about hiding in plain sight. This is a little neighborhood called Lakeside, and it's about 70 almost all Cape Cod houses built in the 50s. But this is located right next to the Mariners Museum and Noland Trail. So literally hundreds, if not thousands of people drive by this neighborhood every day. And whenever I talk to anybody about it, they have no idea it's here. So what happens is, as you're coming in down the road to go to Noland Trail or to go to the Mariners Museum, on your right-hand side is a little street, and everyone drives right by it because you're kind of going down, and then you're focused up ahead on the park and parking lot up ahead, knowing that you're heading there, and no one really sees the street on the right-hand side. But if you follow that street for a sec, it brings you right up here to this neighborhood. So you can literally walk out of this neighborhood and head right into Mariners Museum and Noland Trail. So really cool location that just no one really knows is here, and I can't believe it, because whenever I tell anybody about it, they're shocked. So good example here, 21 Sunset. So this was about 280, 1,350 square feet, 3 beds, 3 full baths. So really everything in here that's sold recently has been between 250 and 300. So not a really expensive neighborhood by any means, and you better like Cape Cods, because that's what's here. It's all Cape Cods. So really, but just a cool, fun, hidden thing. And so if you haven't seen my video on the parks, I know I've mentioned 2 parks now, Newport News Park and Noland Trail, but Noland Trail is probably my favorite place in all of Newport News, and I think a lot of people probably share that sentiment. And, you know, there's obviously the hiking there, 5-mile hiking trail, but you also get things like concerts there and some festivals, and the Mariners Museum is really cool. And there's a lot of fun things going on right in this location. And that also puts us right next to CNU. So if you're working at CNU or you're working at Riverside Hospital, those are super close to here. So you get this little neighborhood that is super quiet. In fact, I've seen one person since I pulled up in here, and 2 now. I see someone, and it's a great little spot. It's the whole neighborhood is just like one loop. And that's it. So really cool, kind of cute little area where you can pop over to CNU, you can go over to Noland Trail, you can go to Riverside Hospital really fast, and you're going to get all the great things that kind of go around with that. But 250 to 300 around here is really good because if you're in, say, like Riverside, which is right down the street, you are going to be, you're going to be another 50 grand higher than that. So really neat opportunity to be in this area in this little kind of like hidden gem neighborhood that I love. I love it when I get to tell somebody about this and it blows their mind because they've driven by it hundreds of times and have never known it was here. And it's very well maintained, very established. Most of these houses were built in like 1955. So you even still have some original owners, though not very many anymore. But really cool little neighborhood. And so I'll drive the loop for you, at least get to see some of the outside homes, and we can hear the inside. Cool little neighborhood in an amazing location, totally hidden, in plain sight in Newport News. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you have any comments or questions, please leave those below and I'll reply as soon as possible. If you're thinking about making a move to Newport News or anywhere in the surrounding area, my team and I are on standby waiting to help. So when you're ready to get started, call, text, or email. We would love to help you. In the meantime, like this video, share it with anyone you know, and then subscribe to this channel for more great videos on Newport News and really all of Hampton Roads. Again, my name is David Tortellini. I'm with eXp Realty. Thanks so much for watching.